Hi everyone, welcome back to another video of Engineers Academy. So guys, over here in this today's video we are going to learn about the atomic hydrogen welding. This type of the welding which is useful in the different applications such as in different nuclear applications where the high amount of the accuracy is required. So guys, over here in this particular video we are going to learn the basic principle working, its main parts of the atomic hydrogen welding, some of its advantages, disadvantages, and the application of the atomic hydrogen welding. So guys, over here, if you are new over here on my educational channel Engineers Academy, kindly consider subscribing because your subscription will really motivates me to make the more of the such educational and informative videos. So without wasting any time, let's begin with our today's topic, that is nothing but the atomic hydrogen welding process. The atomic hydrogen welding, typically referred as the AHW, it is the thermochemical welding process into which the two tungsten electrodes are used. A arc is produced between these two tungsten electrodes and the distance is maintained around 1.5 mm between these two tungsten electrodes. The hydrogen gas is passed between these two tungsten electrodes by using a hydrogen cylinder. So over here, the atomic hydrogen welding, the term atomic means over here the hydrogen gas which is passed between these two electrodes, that hydrogen gas dissociates into the atomic form, and this is the reason this type of the welding is known as the atomic hydrogen welding. This type of the welding process is invented by Mr. Erwin Langmuir in early 20th century. He was the American chemist and physicist, and he invented this particular process at the beginning of 20th century. Over here, this hydrogen gas is used, and these two tungsten electrodes, these are the two important components in this welding process. Over here, the filler rod is not required because in this particular process the hydrogen gas is used for main two purposes. Firstly, this particular hydrogen gas gets dissociate into the atomic form which will ultimately produces heat, and secondly, this hydrogen gas also used as a shielding gas, so that during the welding process there won't be any kind of the chemical reaction to the outside gases, to the outside atmospheric gases such as the oxygen, nitrogen, etc. So there is no chances of formation of oxides. Well guys, over here the main difference between this atomic hydrogen welding and the metal inert gas welding or else tungsten inert gas welding is that over here this arc is produced between the two electrodes. In case of the metal inert gas or else in case of the tungsten inert gas, arc is produced between the workpiece and the electrode. So that is nothing but the major difference between the MIG-TIC and this atomic hydrogen welding process. So guys, now let's talk about the main components of the atomic hydrogen welding process. So guys, as we have seen, these two tungsten electrodes, these are nothing but the very important requirement of this welding process. So over here the welding gun has this two tungsten electrodes which are there in an inclined position, and it is able to produce a stable arc. These two electrodes are holded in the electrode holder, and there is also a annular nozzle which is present around the periphery of the electrodes, and through that particular annular electrodes the hydrogen gas is continuously passed to carry out the welding process. As the supply of the hydrogen is necessary, we need a hydrogen gas cylinder over here, and we also need to monitor the pressure of the hydrogen gas cylinder. So this is the reason we need the hydrogen gas cylinder and the pressure regulator over here to regulate the pressure of the hydrogen gas. We also need a power supply, that is nothing but a 300 volt AC power supply along with the controller. This power supply will be used to create a stable arc between the two tungsten electrodes. Also we need a transformer to produce the stable arc and to maintain it. The transformer needs to have an open circuit voltage of around 300 volts. Also the filler rod is required, which is completely optional. We may require the filler rod in certain cases, or else we can carry out this particular welding process without a filler rod. And the last one is nothing but the workpiece plates, as the weld joint is created over the workpiece plates. So guys, these are nothing but the few components that are very essential to carry out this type of the atomic hydrogen welding process. Now let's take out a look at the actual welding process, what is nothing but the what happens exactly during the welding process of the atomic hydrogen welding. So let's take a closer look in the operation basically. Firstly, this power supply is turned on, and these two tungsten electrodes are bring very nearer to each other, and a small gap is maintained in such a way that like a 1.5 mm, that small gap is maintained between the two electrodes, and the stable arc is produced between these two electrodes. As over here the arc gets produced, the heat it also produces the heat, and that particular heat can be varying by varying the distance between the two electrodes. Also we can vary the amount of the heat by varying the supply of the hydrogen gas. So over here in this particular process, the hydrogen gas is continuously supplied between these two tungsten electrodes. Basically guys, this particular hydrogen gas comes in contact with the arc which gets produced over here, and when the arc and the hydrogen gas comes in contact with each other, this particular hydrogen gas exists in the diatomic form, such as if we look at the molecules of the hydrogen, this exists in H2 form. So now due to the heat which is produced by the arc, this hydrogen gas will gets deionized into H plus single ions, and those H plus single ions absorbs the heat from the arc. Well, over here the hydrogen gas gets deionized at the temperature which is more than 6000 degrees Celsius. Well, over here the important point is to be noted that the amount of the heat which is gets absorbed by the hydrogen ion, that will be equals to the bond energy between two hydrogen atoms, like bond energy between the two hydrogen atoms when in diatomic form, like when the hydrogen gas exists in H2 form, diatomic form. So over here the bond energy will be equals, and the heat absorbed during this particular process will be equal to the bond energy of this diatomic atom. So over here the endothermic reaction gets occurred over here, such as over here the H2 gives us the H plus ions plus H plus minus 422 kilojoules of the heat that is absorbed between this endothermic reaction process. So over here the heat gets absorbed by the hydrogen atoms during the deionization process, that is nothing but the endothermic process. Also, as we have seen earlier, the like this hydrogen gas acts as a shielding gas. Suppose the hydrogen gas which comes into the outside atmospheric oxygen gas, then it will react with the oxygen and it will form water. As the temperature to carry out this type of the welding process is on a higher side, the water literally evaporates, and the stable pool of molten metal gets gets protected from those outside atmospheric gases. So over here there is no chances of oxidation. Also guys, this deionized H plus ions will also react with the workpiece. When this deionized H plus ions will come into contact with the workpiece, they will hit the surface of the workpiece. They will cool down and will combine with the other H plus ions on the surface of the workpiece. So during this particular reaction over here, we can say that a large amount of the heat will get liberated on the surface of the workpiece. So this is completely opposite reaction that we have seen earlier, endothermic reaction. So over here the exothermic reaction will occur, and the hydrogen ions plus hydrogen ions gives us the H2 plus 422 kilojoule, that is the heat liberated over here. So this is nothing but the exothermic reaction which takes place on the surface of the workpiece. So over here the huge amount of the heat gets liberated and it will melt down the workpiece. So over here the fusion between the workpiece will occur and the welding gets carried out. Hence a molten pool will be created between the workpieces, and the temperature around 3500 degrees Celsius to 4000 degrees Celsius is produced to carry out this particular welding process. Also guys, over here a point which needs to be noted down, that this workpiece is not a part of any electrical circuit, such as in case of the TIG welding or else in case of the MIG welding. Over here the workpiece becomes part of the electrical circuit only when the electrical arc comes in contact with the workpiece. So guys, that is nothing but the overall working of the atomic hydrogen welding. Now let's talk about some of the advantages and disadvantages of the atomic hydrogen welding. Some of the advantages of this atomic hydrogen welding process are: this type of the welding process is a faster welding process than any other welding. Over here the hydrogen gas is itself a shielding gas, so there is no specific shielding gas is required to carry out this particular welding process. Over here in this type of the welding process, a highly concentrated flame gets obtained, or the highly concentrated arc gets obtained, so there is very less chance of the distortion which takes place on the surface of the workpiece. While carrying out this particular welding process, the hydrogen gas is completely passed between these two electrodes, so the two tungsten electrodes remains cool over here, which ultimately increases the life of the electrodes. So while welding the different materials, the different welding parameters are used, and over here the main parameter, that is nothing but the amount of the heat. Over here the amount of the heat which gets produced to carry out this welding process can be controlled by using the supply of the hydrogen, and it can be controlled by controlling the distance between the two electrodes. So the controlling parameters are essential to carry out this particular welding process over here, and the control is very much easy over here in this type of the atomic hydrogen welding process. Also guys, the alloys can be melted without any kind of the fluxes, without any kind of the oxidation, just because of the powerful atomic hydrogen welding process. So now let's talk about some of the disadvantages of the atomic hydrogen welding. The first disadvantage is of course the operating cost of this type of the welding process. Over here the operating cost and the maintenance cost is on a higher side to carry out the welding process. Also, to carry out welding process we need a high skilled labor, and also the training is required. Also guys, large quantities of the metals cannot be welded to by using this type of the welding process. Also, like if we look at the welding process, we can carry out this welding process in the flat positions only. And the main disadvantage is that the hydrogen is highly flammable gas, so it becomes a very much riskier to carry out this welding process without the proper instructions. So guys, now let's talk about some of the application of the atomic hydrogen welding. So basically this type of the welding process which is used to carry out the welding at the stainless steel alloys and alloys where the rapid welding is required. Also it is used to carry out welding for most of the ferrous and non-ferrous metals. Also it is used to carry out welding for thin sheets of metals and small diameter alloys. This process is mainly suitable for the repairing dies, repairing some sort of the tool where the hard surfacing and the joining parts are required. Also guys, this particular type of the welding process can be used in a very much precision welding process, like correcting the machining errors. So guys, over here in today's video we have learned about the atomic hydrogen welding. We have seen the different major components of the atomic hydrogen welding. We have seen the working of the atomic hydrogen welding, and we have seen some of the advantages, disadvantages and the applications of the atomic hydrogen welding process. So guys, I hope you understood this topic of the atomic hydrogen welding. If you having any doubts, any queries, please leave a comment, and guys, please do subscribe to my education channel Engineers Academy. Also please press the bell icon, so whenever I upload a new educational informative video, you will get instant notification. So guys, thank you so much for watching this educational video. Stay tuned with Engineers Academy. We'll be right back.